Next lesson on advanced part design is the fixture. So create a new document, name it exercise fixture. Make sure that your workspace units are in inches and start a new sketch on the top plane. Right click, view normal to sketch, press P to hide all the planes, and create two pairs of concentric circles. Now dimension the circles as follows. Accept the sketch. Now start a new sketch. Again, it's going to be on the top plane. So click on the top plane and use the line tool to draw this. So make sure that the vertical lines go through the center of the circles. Now show the front plane and just make sure that these two diagonals are symmetric to the front plane. Hide the front plane. Accept the sketch. So click Extrude and click on Sketch 2. To extrude Sketch 2, select Symmetric and type 2.32. Accept the feature and rename the part Fixture. Now start a new sketch on the front plane. Click Sketch and click Front Plane. Then right-click View Normal to Plane. You can hide Sketch 1 for now. Sketch the following lines. The first line should intersect the origin, and the line should extend outside of the parts. Now dimension the lines. Now use the offset tool to create a duplicate of the lines. And then type 0.2 for the distance between them. Close the profile by drawing two vertical lines. Accept the sketch. Now click Extrude and click Intersect. For the faces and sketch regions to extrude, click on Sketch 3. Select Through All, and then click on Second End Position and select Through All again. So coming from the center, it goes through all of the part. Accept the feature. Now show Sketch 1. Click Extrude, and click on the bigger circle, and for the depth, put 2 inches. Make sure it merges with the fixture. Click Check. Do another extrusion. This time select the smaller circle. Then click Up to Face for the direction, and then click at this. And then for the merge scope, make sure it's fixture again. One more time, create another extrusion. This time we're removing. Click on the inner circles of the cylinders. And then click Through All. And then for the second end position, select Through All again. And you'll see that you'll make a through hole for both cylinders. Accept the extrusion. Now we need to create a rib between the two cylinders. Hide Sketch 1 and show the front plane. Create a new sketch on the front plane. Right-click, View Normal to Sketch Plane, and click Use to just select the circles. As you can see, 2 lines were created. Change those lines to construction lines. Then right-click, View Normal to the sketch plane again, and then draw these lines. Add the following dimensions. Accept the sketch. Hide the front plane. Select Rib. And for sketch profile, click on the line that you just drew. And this part is going to be part of the fixture. And for thickness, type 0.25. Make sure Merge Ribs is checked. Accept the rib feature. Now click Fillet and fillet the following edges. Type 0.2 for the radius. Accept the fillet feature. Now this is something new. Select Variable, and we are going to name a variable for an angle of the draft that we will be reusing over and over again. So name the variable draft and give it an initial value of 3 degrees. Accept the feature. As you can see, in our history, it shows a variable, the variable draft equals to 3 degrees. And this is something that you could always change if you want to change the draft angle. Now we need to draft the rib. So for you to see the effect of what we're about to do, click on the top of the cube and then click on Draft. Click Parting Line, and the pull direction is towards the top of the large cylinder. So click on the top of the large cylinder and then click on Parting Edges, and the parting edges would be the edges of the rib. So click on the edges of the rib. So you should have selected 6 edges. And then for the draft angle, type #draft. Or once it shows up, you could select it. Make sure to click on Reapply Fillet because we put fillet beforehand. And then accept the draft feature. And notice the change. Don't do the next step. I'm going to undo so that you could see the difference. And then I'll just redo. So there is a draft feature now. It's narrow at the top and then it gets wider at the bottom. And again, you can only see that if you are looking from the top. Next, we are going to draft the bridge, which is this part right here. For you to be able to see this better, let's look at the right view this way. So this is the part that we are drafting this time. So click Draft, click Parting Line. For the pull direction, click at the top of this cylinder. And for the parting edges, click at the bottom edges. So there should be 6 to click. For the draft angle, type #draft. And then accept the feature. And then you'll see that it's wider at the bottom and then narrower at the top of the bridge. So if I undo it, you don't have to do this on your drawing. I just want to show you the change that happened. So it was like that before. Now it's like this. We are going to put drafts on the holes also. So click on draft. Click parting line. For your pull direction, again, it's still the top of this large cylinder. And then for our parting edges, click on the inner circle of the cylinders. That's one. And this is the second one. And what you want to happen is it'll be wider at the bottom. So change this direction to go out like that. And then for the draft angle, type #draft. And then take off parting line propagation and then accept the feature. And then you'll see how it's wider at the bottom and it narrows going to the top. Same thing here. Narrow at the top, wider at the bottom. Now just add fillets. Change the fillet radius to 0.1 and click on the edges between the rib and the bridging plate. Other side. Accept the feature. Now right click on Fixture and assign a material. Type aluminum and select aluminum. Click check. Now select the part and click on mass properties. And you should get this mass. Take a screenshot of your work and send that to alvaricoj@mdusd.net. Now close your document.